So I think the good positive thing we discussed obviously last week, set up the shoulders now square. We can see your left shoulder. That is good. Now, whether it's because your shoulders felt maybe a little bit too far right, they didn't feel the need to rotate enough or rotate early enough. Your takeaway on this left-hand one now, as we said, was more kind of being taken away with arms. Your back doesn't look like it's moving at all. Now, obviously, it starts moving around, but your left arm's across your chest there quite quickly. Haven't really turned that much. Then obviously your left arm's now moved, is forcing your body to kind of be dragged around the corner, and your backswing now, the club kind of gets sort of, we call it, a bit laid off, bit kind of stuck behind, and your left arm just dragged it back, and then you come back in the golf ball. Now the club now trying to, as you say, play catch up. You look at this one here now as you go back, straight away you can see your body now, that right hip and shoulder, that right shoulder's moving a lot more. The club now is in the same good position, but look at the difference in this back. So now as you've turned back, how much further that club's actually gone, yeah? So you look at your body rotation, yeah? You compare that there with how much you've gone back. I mean, you've actually coiled and made a rotation. So the arms and the club now are more in sync with each other. So now when you come back to the golf ball, you can unwind your body back to the golf ball with a much more efficient and less kind of really sort of judging it with your hand action. Okay, so same again when that club goes back. See a nice good move. See the shoulder, the right shoulder's moving automatically, yeah? That club is moving as a result of that side of your body. As I say, just handing something to somebody to your right. You wouldn't just sort of go and do that, yeah? You're moving the body to get the golf club to go back, yeah? Look at that backswing. There was in those two backswings. Yeah. That's chalk and cheese, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
And the club stick, hang on. It was back, there you go.
That's what you want to look like. That's what I want to look like, yeah.
But that kind of... And this, I think, for you, it's almost like a common theme where, more so with this club, yeah?
It's rotation.
Both sides, yeah? You get sometimes, and again, I use the word lazy in a sort of a very flippant kind of way, but it's almost like in just fear of being wrong, yeah? You don't want to turn the body too far back, because I don't want to go too far.
The furthest going right.
Exactly. And again, I think the theory with this club, a lot of the time, you know you can send this up to 230, 240, even 250 we've seen in the past where you've been sending out there a long way. If it goes a long way, but a long way offline, it's in trouble. Yeah. So you kind of get that sort of, I'll sort of just tone things down. Yeah, if it's going to be bad, I'll be less bad by being less of a swing. Yeah. So you think, okay, I'll just sort of just get my arms here, just dink it down the fairway. But then, of course, as you're coming down the golf ball, your brain's going, I want to give it a whack. So now you're trying to just force it with everything else and trying to time that hand action up. And it is a guess, as I said. And in some ways, depending how good you guess, or how lucky you get, if you happen to get one of those cutty ones or hooky ones, which are going to come in every now and then, one's going to go way to the right, and if there's an adjoining fairway over here, you're absolutely fine. If there's one on the adjoining fairway, you're absolutely fine, yeah? But the problem is, you don't know when that's going to be. The 7th on the Mac, lost ball. 1st on the Mac, 9th fairway, yeah? 9th on the Mac, 1st fairway. 13th on the Mac, lost ball potential, or whatever it may be. So getting that...
It is funny, because with my iron, if I try and really extend, widen it, and give it all, invariably, it's a lot better.
It's a better bad shot, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, getting that club to work better, but you've got to understand, those two backswings there are miles different, aren't they? Yeah? I mean, it's chalk and cheese, I said, between that. And when you come back to the golf, where the club's coming back down through your right forearm here nicely, good path in the golf ball. It was a little bit toey because you just weren't sure where the ball was relative to you. But again, we can see that full rotation through to impact. Shoulders are fully rotated, hips around the corner, foot's up on its toe. You've got to get the sensation. This has got to work better. This has got to work better. Your tendencies tend to be, especially with this club, now whether it's because tension, nerves / anxiety or worry, haven't warmed up, fatigue, anger, whatever it may be, less movement happens,
yeah? Have that split swing thought, my shoulders.
Exactly. The right shoulder. Exactly. Just imagine, like I say, you're handing something to somebody to your right-hand side, hand that thing to someone to your right, and then when you move that way, the club's going to get in that position for you, yeah?
That's what. So much concentrating on trying to take the club from the inside.
Yeah, so you've been trying to pull your arms in, yeah.
So I'm coming in, so I'm not cutting across that ball.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing, you're trying to position the club perfectly with your arms. Now, when you do that statically with no speed, you're able to do that quite easily. Then obviously when you get to about here somewhere, that's fine, but then the body has to move eventually. You can't sort of just do this, yeah? So you get to here now, then your body starts moving. The club now in relation to your body is not in sync, yeah? When you come back to golf ball, you've got to try and time it, flip it, and it's just guesswork, yeah? Good stuff, what do you mate? Have a couple more then, buddy.